How much has the SEC changed? Biggest game, one of the biggest games this week, Missouri at Vandy. Yeah, because after beating 10th-ranked LSU, Vanderbilt going to take their spot in the rankings. Now they're number 10, top 10 for the first time since 1947, and favored again against a ranked team at home, Randy. Isn't that crazy?
And they very well should be. I mean, you look at the way they've played this season, especially last week. And Aaron's going to show you something pretty special here in a little bit, but that'll just tell you how good this team has gotten. It's not just Diego. It's not.
Don't show us that, please. No.
Who made those pants, Aaron?
What? Get off my Swiss Army knife Leatherman suit.
For the record,
you can work out in this
Aaron
thing.
was doing this, not anything.
You can work out in this thing.
Diego Pavia is going to be, again, as he is every week, he is the key to this team, running, throwing, and just showing how tough he and that team are.
Go ahead, Coach.
Clark Lea was on my staff at UCLA, and is a brilliant young coach. But he was there when I took the offensive staff. Clark obviously was on the defensive side. I took the offensive staff to Nevada, which is where Chris Alt was the head coach, and he had a quarterback by the name of Colin Kaepernick. And they were in an offense called the pistol. And the secret to the pistol, as we learned from Coach Alt and everybody that was there, was the veer, which was the action in the backfield, which had been done many times, but always from under center, was now happening 4.5 yards behind the line of scrimmage, which caused the defense to have to wait to make their read as to what's going on your side of the ball. It also allowed people from one side of the formation to actually, just like you do in motion, when you're putting people in motion, you can change strength, but you're doing it post-snap. Yeah. And in doing it post-snap, it requires a significant movement by the defense to make sure that they've got numbers to match your numbers. And if they don't do that, you've got an advantage. And Kaepernick's ability to read the defender that they had left unblocked and make all kinds of plays with his legs were the key to this. Clark Lea did the exact same thing at Vanderbilt. He saw that New Mexico State went in there and beat Auburn 31-10. He saw how they did it in the same way that Nevada had run roughshod over all their competition when Kaepernick was the quarterback. And this kid, Diego Pavia, was the signal caller there for New Mexico State. He said, I want the whole thing.
Jerry Kill.
Lock, stock, and barrel. I want the offensive coordinator, Coach Beck, Tim Beck, I think. You got the Jerry Kill to come along. The tight end, Eli Stowers, came along. And it has been genius since they did that. And that Clark went and did what he does best, which is get on the defensive side of the ball. The folks in the administration side of things at Vanderbilt have said, we will let a certain amount of transfers in, and they are a new version of themselves, and Vanderbilt fans could not be happier.
Oh, man.
A front porch has been built in Nashville, and this is unbelievable. Again, 2 weeks in a row, sellouts with people wearing their colors and in top 10 competition.
Yes, it's actually Vanderbilt fans selling out the stadium now.
Yeah, and there'll be a few Missouri fans there as well, because this is a heck of a good football team. Both have lost to the same opponent, Alabama. And when you look at Missouri, they've got to get back to running the rock. That's where they were elite early on in this football season. Ahmad Hardy was leading the nation in rushing until they ran into Alabama. He was averaging about 7 yards per carry. These last 2 weeks, Alabama, Auburn last week, went from 4.5 to under 3 yards a carry. They need to run the rock, take some of that pressure off of Bo Prabula. Yeah, easy for me to say, right? But if they can do that, which is going to be difficult, because not only is Pavia great, but this defense is legit under Lee's tutelage now. So they're going to have their work cut out for them. But it came back versus Auburn, which is a heck of a defense. That's a pretty good run defense there for the Auburn Tigers. So this week, running game is going to be paramount.
Okay.
You look at Missouri's running game with Ahmad Hardy. He leads, or now he's third in the country in forced tackles missed. What that means is you're a running back. They chart whether or not you make defenders miss. There's a couple ways that can happen. You can be really quick and make them hit air, or you can run through their arm tackles. Ahmad Hardy is a bruiser who's running through arm tackles, but in the hole, at the line of scrimmage, in the A and B gap, because there are free runners. What Alabama was able to do was be able to understand what it is that they were doing and clog those gaps and tackle near the line of scrimmage. That's why he had under 50 yards. He wasn't able to break through those tackles last week. That sets a great precedent. It puts it on tape on how you can stop what is the nation's best running back. He runs with so much power. He reminds me of Ashton Genty. He's a phenomenal talent. But that offensive line that's battled some things needs to do a better job of being clean at the point of attack to get the play started. That's all we can do up front is get the play started, give it a chance. Ahmad Hardy has made him right. He couldn't do it by himself last week. If Missouri wants to win this game, they want to beat their first-ranked opponent of the year, they're going to have to play better up front.
All right, now, these coaches, they have their weekly press conferences, and surely these two have been asked about the coaching carousel already being in full swing. For our purposes, though, we'll focus on just the matchup and hear what Coach Drinkwitz first had to say.
We call it every damn day drills, right? And you have to do those drills every damn day. The reality of it is it's how you do those drills that matter. Like, I can go every day and read a book, but if I'm not in tune to trying to read and grow and get better, then if I'm not intentional about the work, and I think we have to be more intentional about the work. It's not fair, I think, as coaches to get up here and illustrate or push all the blame to the players. Like, at the end of the day, it's my job and it's our coach's job. We get paid a hell of a lot of money to put these guys in the right positions.
What we want to do is keep our long-term goals in reach. What we want to do is find the potential of this team. And to do that, we need to show a consistency in our process. And by the time we're lining up on Saturday, I really want these guys to have fun. I want them playing loose and free and together, and that's when we're at our best. And when you start to search too hard for those kind of like big picture, the program needs kind of stuff, I think you start to really grip it tight. And I think when you grip it tight, it's hard to breathe and it's hard to play the way we need to play.
Tell you what, that is exactly how he sounded when he first took over at his alma mater and told us at our media days that his goal is to win a national championship. And they're a whole lot closer to that than they were when he first got there. Now, obviously, into the top 10. Who wins this one in Nashville on Saturday?
I like Vanderbilt in this game at home. I just think that there's a special feeling about them. They're physical and fundamental, man. There's a viral video going around about Cade McConnell, their guard, who got a two-piece pop, and some pass protection and then some extra pickles on top with a jump on top. There's a swag to him. When you have a Pied Piper and Diego Pavia that can execute the offense as a capable passer, it's a really hard offense to stop. But to BJ's point, there's an edge to these guys now. Missouri is a really good football team, but this is a fair fight and one I think Vandy wins at home.
Okay.
It's an absolute fair fight. And the best way for Vanderbilt and Clark Lea to win this is what you're talking about. They got to keep that offense on the field, keep Missouri's offense off of it, keep them at a premium as far as every single possession is absolutely just so important. You can't be in 3rd and 1. You've got to always run the ball well. Put them in that spot, and you got a chance to beat them.
Well, Missouri has to flip everything you just said. Keep Pavia on the sideline. I'm going with Missouri to win this ball game. Won in overtime last week, and I think they can get another one here. Zion Young is the guy I'm focusing on at the edge position. 5.5 sacks, I think 9.5 TFLs, and those. I think he's had 3 sacks in the last 2 ball games. When you're playing Pavia, man, you got to man those edges. You got to make sure this dude cannot get outside your containment. And those running backs as well, as we saw in that clip there, although that one was through the interior of the defense. So I think Missouri can handle them. And Prabula he's no slouch. Don't snooze on this guy, former Penn State quarterback as well.
I think the fact that Missouri has struggled to run the ball the last couple of weeks resonates with me in that, because I think Vanderbilt's defense is formidable. And I think if they can stop that running game, I think it'll be much more difficult for Missouri to stop Vanderbilt's, given the dimension to it. So I'm going to go with Vanderbilt in this game in front of a home crowd. They've got a quarterback that is fearless. Not to say that Prabula's got any trepidation. I just think this guy is riding a wave that is really fun for the college football fan to enjoy. And I'm going to take Vanderbilt and keep this dream alive.
And for the football fans out there, that mesh point on that option play.
The ride and decide.
So much fun to watch because it's got to be crazy for a defense.
You can take it all the way to your far hip. So you take it from the back of your hips and you ride it all the way and you make sure you're playing the defender rather than defender playing to you. And
Play him, defender.
They've got all sorts of ways to do it. It's not always going to be the same defender, so they've got all the little accoutrements to go with it.
I want to say this about Vanderbilt. Top to bottom, the coaching staff's done a remarkable job. But lost in last week's game with Pavia and how well he played with some incredible catches by their receivers, man. There were some balls that weren't on target that were caught near the sideline. As innovative as Pavia was to be able to get free to throw the ball and be able to make some plays, his receivers bailed him out as well. So there's just, when it's your day, it's your day. And Vandy's having a season of days. It just seems like the ball's bouncing their way, and it's hard to go against that.
We'll leave it there, everybody. Enjoy the weekend.
He's incredible.
Make sure you get those extra receptions.